podcast. Our destiny.
It is the podcast of Destiny again, and I'd like to start off by apologising to all the listeners. Last week we didn't get a podcast released. It was technical difficulties out of our hands. I'm going to leave it at that.
Really? Oh, I would like to blame it on stupidity.
Well, let's
Not our stupidity.
Hang on, let's not blame anyone just yet, because there may be something in the future beneficial from that circumstance.
It's true. Well, I'm just going to be honest. We did book studio time. The person that we booked it with completely forgot all about it.
Yep.
They were very apologetic, and they said later on they might give us some free studio time, and I'm never one to turn down anything for free, so that's all good. But yeah, sorry about that. Sorry we didn't get the podcast. I don't know why I keep on wanting to call it the podcast of doom.
Oh, dear me.
I don't know why. It's one of those days.
The Temple
podcast
of Doom. Yeah, it's a good thing not to look free things. You know, you want to take free things on. Actually, I'll apologise for my
Your state?
condition today, because I had a lot of free substances last night. And
You can say alcohol.
yeah, well,
If you say substances, it makes it sound like you're on drugs.
illegal. No, it was all legal. I got shit-faced, I'll be honest.
You did. You got very drunk. Drunky.
Beer, soju, vodka, champagne, tequila.
Living large. And Cuban cigars.
Yes. Now, but a segue on from that, the other week I had possibly the worst experience of my entire life. I was out drinking, as you normally do on a Saturday night. That was fine. I was with good people. That was fine. We were having a good time. We were polishing off a bottle of vodka. In the place that I like to go to quite a lot, you know, it's Kajachanko, it's the beer place in Itaewon where it's really cheap to drink. And we stood up to leave, and this woman, as she walked by, projectile vomited all down my pants. And she proceeded to vomit on the back of one of the girls that we were with. It was the worst thing. So I've turned around to her and I've just chewed her out. I've gone, "Are you a fucking moron? What is wrong with you? Why do you get so stupidly drunk if you're going to throw up everywhere?" And then she had the gall to turn around to me and say, "I'm not drunk." I said, Are you out of your mind? You're not drunk. You're in a bar. You've just thrown up over people and you're not drunk. Shouldn't you be at home if you're feeling sick then?
It was a tactile... not a tactile. It was a tactical vomit.
Oh, tactical. It was a projectile as well. It was one of those. It was the Exorcist vomit. It was almost like
Green pea soup.
No. She had the aim of like a Scud missile. Like she
locked onto your crotch and nothing was going to stop her.
I tell you what, all down my pants, all across my shoes.
Oh, Sam, did it end the night then? Did it kill it dead?
No. That was just the beginning of the night. Just kept on
kept
carrying on.
You went out the entire...
I washed it all off my pants. I got it off my shoes as good as possible.
Oh.
Second time I'd worn those shoes as well, and they were canvas, so now they've got spew all over them.
Oh, well, if they are canvas, they can go in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Take heart. They can go in the washing machine.
And then someone reminded me, you didn't go and get changed, did you? You've been wearing vomit pants all night.
Vom pants.
I tell you what,
VP. Sam the VP. Not Vice President, Vom pants.
I always thought I'd be a VP of something, but that's the wrong VP. Oh, dear me.
Oh, Sam, that's really disgusting.
Yeah, I know. Great, isn't it? What a life.
Oh, what a life.
The life you live.
I've been having an exciting week because I've started a new job.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes,
Personal trainer extraordinaire.
Yeah, training, coaching. So I'm just going to give a massive plug. If you live or are interested in working out in the kind of downtown Seoul area near kind of Jongno, Ujiro or Myeongdong, why don't you head on over to Reebok CrossFit Sentinel downtown and we can help you out. And you could be in a boot camp class with me.
Annabelle, the
Boot camp
the
trainer.
drill sergeant.
Drill sergeant. It's quite fun.
Get down and give me 50 push-ups.
It's on the board. You have to do it. I'm sorry. It was actually 50 push-ups yesterday. It was pretty tough. But no, it's a great space. It's really big. It's nice. There's going to be a cafe next to it as well that's coming along.
Do you know the name of the cafe?
The name of the cafe has not been decided yet.
I believe it has.
It has? What is the name of the cafe?
Habitat.
Habitat.
Yes.
Oh, see, that's... Well,
I've
no, it's
seen
not
the signage.
unfortunate.
I've seen the signage.
You've seen the signage. I've seen the inside and
So
the coffee
have I.
machine.
I've had a personal tour.
Well, I work there.
Well, you were at work when I went.
Where was I? What time was it? Was it early?
It's 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh,
You were getting there at 3:00.
I think I was there at 3.
And you missed the workout, and I told
I
all
didn't
the
miss the workout.
You did. They were doing it at 2:00, and I said, they said
What
Annabelle's
day
not
was
getting here
this?
till 3.
What day was this? Was this
Wednesday,
Wednesday,
maybe.
Tuesday? No,
Yeah.
they faffed about. They didn't start till 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I came along, warmed up for 2 minutes, and just dived straight in and did the workout.
I told them to tell you to man up and not run late, get to work on time.
Oh, I knew you would. You're always, got
Supportive,
my back.
yeah.
So
I'm there
supportive,
for
so
you.
supportive.
I'm the person
Well, I'll
that's
tell you
gonna
what, you
hold
need to
up if
watch
you fall
out.
over.
You need to watch out. Yesterday, I nearly nailed one of the male trainers in the crown jewels, in the balls, with an 8-pound medicine ball. Nearly. He fortunately had very good reactions and caught it.
That would have been the dog's bollocks, wouldn't it?
That would have been hilarious.
In the nuts, a
In
nut
the
shot.
nuts, in the nuts, a nut
That's-
shot with a medicine
If you
ball.
hadn't got it on film, that would have been hysterical.
They film everything.
Funniest-
They film everything. There's a very funny video on their cafe for Neighbour of all of us working out, and evidently I'm doing something funny. I refuse to watch it.
Oh, I might have to check that out. Might try and get that on the website as well. Yeah, a nice plug there. Maybe we can get them to sponsor us as well.
That would be nice. I'll talk to the people in charge.
Lovely. Now,
Let's get on with it.
Things that have been happening in the world of late. $275 billion US will buy you a lot. But it seems here in Korea, they're talking about building a new kind of a city. It's called 8 City, which is kind of...
It's a development.
Yeah, it's like things you see in Dubai, you see in the Middle East. They've got too much money, they don't know what to do with it, so they'll build a city with, entertainment districts.
Yeah. Well, it's just a tourism development. I mean, you say it's a city, but it's not actually for normal people to live there. It's a tourism development, and I read
Theme
it
park,
was...
water park, Formula One racing track. Why you'd need that, I'm not too sure.
Hey, Formula One comes to Korea. They have like an Asian leg of the tour now, but it's specifically aimed for tourists and
From China.
Chinese tourists as well, because they reckon that next year Seoul's going to have 10 million? 10 million tourists come and visit.
But they're talking about this generating 270 million tourists, which I don't know if that's possible.
It's right next to Incheon Airport. They've kind of built it on the same island as Incheon, but right kind of off the coast. So literally, if you were a tourist coming from China, you just land in Incheon, you'd be in this development within 10 minutes. You'd, I don't know, spend all your money, buy stuff, enjoy the scenery, take a boat, gamble. I think there's going to be casinos.
Oh, yes.
They're kind of referring to it as the Macau of Korea. But the thing that I have is they've got pictures. I think it's if you go to CNN Go. They've got pictures. Let's try and put this picture up onto the Facebook page.
Absolutely. This will go up.
They've got pictures of the development, and they've done like the artist's impression of how it's going to look. And I'm really sorry, and a lot of people have pointed this out, but it does look like part of it is just a giant wang,
Cock.
an
It's a big
enormous
dick.
penis, a giant glowing alien penis.
$275 billion will get you the world's largest penis, is what we can assume from this.
And all the people inside are going to be like little human sperm.
I don't even know what it is. Is it a shopping? It looks like it could be a shopping mall
It looks
of
like
some
a
sort.
rocket that's about to take off. A wang rocket.
Yeah, a
Shoot forth its missiles.
It's a pocket rocket.
It's not a post bigger.
It's
Don't
a
know
bit-
whose pocket that would fit in. But yeah, the whole thing just looks absolutely fantastical. And I don't know. Do you think there's that much demand for Chinese tourists to actually come and visit? Because I know there's 1.3 billion of them.
Well, I was talking with someone about this the other day. A friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, his mother was here recently, and we were having a chat, and she was just kind of like, one thing Korea seems to do is they keep kind of copying other cultures in terms of architecture and whatnot. So it's kind of taking Korea's identity away. It's trying to be a bit of Europe, a bit of America and whatnot.
Well, they've always
and,
been...
and this development's it's epitomizing that. It's going to be like a big thing in Dubai, and it's got nothing to do with Korea. I think, if you're going to develop things, try and maintain some kind of identity that's relevant to the country. Don't do something completely different and make it a high-tech city. Okay, Korea is one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world, but maintain your roots. Stay true to yourself.
I think that's kind of a bit of a dilemma. They're at a bit of a crossroads because for a long time, I think Korea's had so much success because they've been really, really good at just adapting other countries' technology or kind of business models and kind of taking it and just improving it and doing it their own way. But I do think that there's kind of like this massive, I don't know if it's a generation gap, but I just think there's a whole young generation of Koreans who just live and, have grown up completely differently from the way their parents did. And it's a bit sad. It's a bit sad.
It is sad. And speaking of sadness...
Speaking of sadness? No,
yeah.
only awesomeness on this podcast.
Really?
Yes, this is an awesome story.
The fact that they've made someone, I'm not sure who, has made a sex doll of Justin Bieber.
Well, he's 18.
Well,
all bets are off. 18 years old, sex doll out.
That's irrelevant. Why would you want a blow-up sex doll of Justin Bieber?
Well, no. You're asking me personally. I don't want a blow-up sex doll of Justin Bieber, but I'm sure there are people out there who do.
The thing is, it's...
all the believers. You have your very own Justin Bieber sex doll.
I think this is going to be one of those Christmas gifts for laughs. I
got you the Justin Bieber.
I'd actually consider buying this for you.
For me?
Just for laughs.
You shouldn't. No, really, you shouldn't.
Just for
how much?
Shits and giggles.
Just out of curiosity, is there a price available for the Justin Bieber?
Well, prices range from $20 to $148.
I'd expect
$140, sorry.
The expensive one.
What's that?
The luxury model.
Sorry.
The lifelike appearance.
No, you're going to get the one that's just a balloon with two drawn-on eyes and a balloon
a wig.
wang.
The wig.
Yeah.
A balloon wang.
A drawn, the fringe.
Now, actually, this particular doll was actually designed for the gay community, and so I'm imagining that, I don't know if he has a working wang. I imagine he has a working hole. I do. They've got a picture of...
It's not the real Justin.
It's not the real Justin. It is a Justin Bieber. I keep on wanting to say Beaver. Justin Bieber impersonator.
Either that or it's a very good-looking lesbian.
He's got better muscles than Justin Bieber. Because Justin Bieber's very skinny.
He's got a better jawline as well.
Finally, 18. I want to be your boy toy. I'm just reading things that it says off the box.
Ready to rock your world.
Beaver tells all. Selena can suck the gold off my... What does that say? Grammy? Does he have a Grammy?
No, I don't think he does.
What's the world coming to? I finally got laid. He still needs practice.
Beaver fever.
Oh. Now, I think the people at the actual Justin Bieber camp are trying to sue because they don't want any kind of non-official Justin Bieber products.
Yeah.
If he's going to, profit from the...
If he's going to have a sex doll, he wants to have an authentic sex doll.
And profit from it.
Yeah, he wants to put his stamp of approval on it.
I don't know if they will, because evidently I read in this article that there was an app, a game, and it was called Joustin' Beaver, where it was a tiny beaver wearing a hoodie. Mm-hmm. And it was like a jousting game. And they tried to kind of get that taken off the shelves, saying that, it's infringing the Justin Bieber trademark. And they were like, no, because it's a parody, so it's protected under one of the amendments, possibly the first.
I guess, he's bigger than himself now. He is his own kind of entity. And you have to think they want to protect it. But my thing in life,
he's
if you can't...
kind of gone from cool to a little bit... it was kind of cool to like Justin Bieber and all the girls liked him. But now he's just a bit of a figure of fun.
He's a bit like Nicki Minaj now.
Nicki Minaj. She was definitely planted on Earth by space aliens. And there's that website, lesbians that look like Justin Bieber.
Look, don't get me wrong, I think as he's matured, I've kind of got to like him a little bit more. And that's not saying much because I despised him beforehand. But, you need to be able to laugh at yourself. If someone's going to do something like this, I'd actually go out and buy a few of these. And I'd
keep them.
I'd keep them and I'd also give them to friends and family. Well, maybe not family, because that would be kind of gross.
I was about to say, I don't want you to send your mum a Justin Bieber. That's a bit weird.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, I'm thinking it's even weirder if I was Justin Bieber.
And you sent your own mum.
I almost said Justin Bieber. Yeah. I got a sex doll of myself to send to my family. How gross is that? How wrong is that? Just the concept.
Oh.
So, Grandma, I got you a great Christmas present. It's based
I'm
on
trying
me.
to think of a name for your sex doll because it couldn't be Sam Hannington. It could be like Sam Hungington, or I don't know.
Oh, Wham Hamilton.
Wham bam, thank you, Hamilton.
Oh, there's got to be something.
Wham
with,
bam, thank you, Sam.
There's got to be something with ham.
Something. Well, yeah, because
leg of ham.
leg of ham. You're being a
Yeah.
bit generous there.
Yeah. Pork.
Pork. Sam Porkington.
Hang on,
I quite like Sam Porkington.
Ham is technically pork.
Get your ham in.
Pork is also a word to have sex.
So it works.
It works
Sam
perfectly.
Porkington.
Yeah. We always used to have. there
He's
was an-
well hung because you do hang up a ham when you want to try it.
I love it. Oh, this just comes so naturally.
Somebody out there, get on that sex doll.
Yeah, let's kind of redefine the anatomy
We
of
want
it just a
something
bit.
better than two balloons and a wang with eyes.
Something a little bit better than my anatomy as well. I'm just in pork. We used to have an ad in Australia, and it was talking about eating pork, and the catch cry was "Get some pork on your fork." Then turned into such much
dear.
sexual innuendo after that.
Oh dear.
You'd go out, get some pork on your fork, mate.
Now,
Good luck.
all I can think about is dirty things.
We
Should talk about something else.
something dirty.
It can be dirty, or it can be just completely clean, or it can be drunkenness because you were drunk last night.
It all goes hand in hand at the end of the day, doesn't it? A Japanese gentleman on the subway in, I believe it was in the UK, actually, of all places.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, the people that were talking had very strong English accents.
A Japanese Well, why don't you read out the headline?
London tube station. Drunk Japanese businessman rides the escalator the wrong way,
I would just like to
oblivious
say,
to passerby.
have you ever been to London?
No.
No. Anyway, if you have been to London and you've taken the tube, you'll know for a fact that the escalators in the tube are ridiculously long. Like in Seoul, like they tend to do levels in the subway.
Yep.
Like you'll take one escalator up and you'll get onto a level, and then you'll take another one up, and kind of the subways are kind of, it's all split up. Like it's not just one long escalator. Whereas you'll get off the tube in London and you'll see in an escalator, and it will take you almost up to ground level.
And it's really steep.
And it's really, really steep,
Same
and
in
it's really,
Australia.
really long.
Yep.
And so if he actually rode it the wrong way, he must have been on that escalator for a while.
No, he didn't get off. He didn't actually get even down. He was just, in the bit where it flattens out.
Yeah.
He was kind of stuck on that, and he couldn't get down. And he was there for at least a minute. It was the video's about.
All caught on CCTV camera, I hope.
No. This is on someone's phone. So I don't know how long he'd been there. For about a minute and a half, and then this young woman, she came up and she's like, hey, turn around. And eventually someone stopped the escalator and they got him off. But it makes, and this has gone viral all over the internet, but it makes you think there's those times when you've gone out and you've had a few too many drinks and it took you a little bit longer to get home than you expected. Is this something we all do when we don't even realise what's going on? Is that possible? You get in a taxi and maybe ask them to take you elsewhere, or you walk the wrong way home.
I have walked the wrong way home.
You've walked, but you realised and turned around, or you just took the long way?
What happened was I ended up on like the wrong street, and I thought that I'd be able to find like another street and kind of just cut through. I tried to cut through people's gardens, and I tried to climb a fence. But when you're drunk, it's not a good idea to try and climb fences. And they had like a security light that came on,
No. If
and I
anything-
dived into a bush.
If anything, it's much better to do things like that when you're drunk. Because I remember when I was about 18, I'd been out with... No, I wasn't. I was underage because we were drinking illegally. Even better. But I was with some friends. We'd gone down to the bottle shop and bought ourselves some alcohol, and we'd been drinking it. And we were walking to a party. And on the way there, we saw the shell of a house that was being built. So it kind of... All the woodwork was in place, and for some reason I thought, wow, that looks cool. And my friends told me later that I had the agility of a cat. I climbed up to the second floor, no worries. There were no stairs. I was just climbing up. And however, after I got to the top, that's when I actually started to, the drunkenness had started to wear off.
Started to sober up and realised you were trapped.
And that's when I realised I couldn't get down. I tell you what, it took me a lot longer to get
You
down
are
than it took me
actually
to
like
get
a
up.
cat, because they often get up trees and can't get down as well.
It took me a lot longer to get down than it did to get up. I guess the things you do. You must check out this video. We'll get it up on the Facebook page.
We will. We'll put a link up there. It's very funny.
It's well worth looking at.
But speaking of viral videos, I would like to talk briefly about a video that's gone viral. It's all over everyone's Facebook at the moment, and it is a young girl.
Skydiving cats? No?
No.
Oh.
It's the taekwondo girl busting out the moves on the older perv. She just takes him down. Boom.
Okay, now this is an interesting one. I want to know, has there been any factual evidence as to whether or not this is a real video?
It's on the internet. It must be real.
I'm curious, because I've seen the video. It came out a while ago, but it's only recently picked up steam. And I'm wondering as to whether or not it's a setup.
Oh, like they wanted to show off her taekwondo skills on purpose?
Well, it was kind of like, people take these videos as if it's actual, real life, whereas in fact it's kind of made up. It could have been maybe he was her taekwondo instructor and they were using it as a promotional thing. Who knows what it could have been used for.
Even if it is a promotional video, I say don't send your daughters to ballet or yoga. Send them to taekwondo or hapkido and, teach them to take someone down.
Not that I'm endorsing crime or kidnapping or who knows what this gentleman had in mind if it is in fact true. But what kind of idiot tries to attack a child dressed in taekwondo attire?
Well, she is quite a small girl.
Yeah, but is that not asking for trouble?
I mean, I would pretty much look at most small girls and think I could take you. Not that I would. I don't go around sizing up children thinking whether or not I could win in a fight.
Well, let's be honest. They're like
they're almost the same size.
even playing field for you. If I'm going to take anyone down, it's going to be a small kid.
It's going to be a 12-year-old. Oops.
Oh, look at you. Back to your old habits.
Taking down the mic.
Beating microphones. Yeah,
I'll start off with inanimate objects and I'll move on to small children.
She had obviously the taekwondo pants on, which for me would be obviously she's come from class or going to class, which means she knows some way to defend herself. She's got a self-defense there. Be a bit of a warning sign for me.
It would. But then again, the kind of person who would kind of go after children, maybe he was just trying to be opportunistic and was taking advantage of her, that she was alone.
Hopefully it's not real. If it is real, good on her. And that guy's just a dropkick.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Complete and utter dropkick.
Hopefully, he gets named and people know who he is because that's what happens here in Korea.
Vigilante justice.
Yes.
Vigilante.
Get his name, get his address,
No,
put it on the internet.
I'm joking.
Smash him.
I hate vigilante justice.
Come on, there's a time and a place for vigilante justice.
Yeah, it's back in the 1800s when people used pitchforks.
If a referee makes a bad call in a soccer match, it's not the time or the place. Let's be honest. Or in the Olympics, it has happened. If someone attacks a child, I think vigilante justice is appropriate.
No, they need to be punished by the law.
And then afterwards, vigilante justice. Hang on, think about it. Think about it. Like if that was your child, or not having children yet, you have cats. The same thing. If someone did something to my dogs, there's no way I'd let the law deal with that. I'd let the law deal with it, but I also want vigilante justice.
Vigilante justice, people, get your torches and your pitchforks. We march.
Yeah, sure. One way or another.
I understand how you feel.
Like,
but
I probably wouldn't.
I can't condone it.
I don't know that I'd go out and beat someone senseless, but I
Or
might
you'd slash their tires.
I might, I'd be quite subversive about it. I'd put like prawn shells or the shells from shrimps
Horse's
or seafood
head.
in like the hubcap of their car and small things just to irritate them.
Banana in the tailpipe.
Slowly but surely, and then I'd probably work up to physical harm. It's a progression. You got to start off small. You can't get straight to the good stuff.
You are terrifying.
You got to work up to these things. Come on.
You are terrifying. You're terrifying.
The viral videos. There's another viral video that's been going around of skydiving cats.
That's just cool. That's
Well,
the cat's meow.
It's a Swedish insurance company, and the first thing I saw this, I thought this is the most, in terms of animal cruelty, this has got to be up there. But once you have a look at it, you realise that obviously none of it's real. It's just a green screen, blue screen, whatever colour screen you want. Well done. cats, though, skydiving.
Cat skydiving. There is actually I watch a lot of I tend to watch a lot of Animal Farm, 동물농장 here in Korea because I adore it. And they did a special on a dog that could swim and scuba dive. And I think there is actually a dog that has been taken skydiving, like tandem, like strapped to the owner's chest.
Oh, that's, yeah.
And gone out the plane. So, I mean, why not? Why not skydive? I mean, cats, I think, just generally don't like heights.
Well, cats don't like water either, do they?
They don't.
Cats are like bastards, really.
They're not like bastards.
They don't like... No, they are. They're bastards.
Not. They're adorable little cute balls of
I do
love.
like cats, but, you know, they're selfish. They're really selfish. They're pricks. Let's be honest.
Hey.
When they want affection, they'll come and, you know, what about me? What about when I want affection from a cat? It's not going to come over to me. And if I'm feeling sad, the cat's not going to come over and snuggle up with me. A dog will.
My cat does.
A dog will.
My cat does. My cat always snuggles up to me.
When you're sad.
Anytime.
It reads your emotion. No, but that's because your cat wants to. I'm saying, what about when you want snuggle time and your cat doesn't necessarily want it?
He always wants snuggle time. He's a snuggle whore. He's actually an affection whore. I'm moving, and these complete strangers came round, and I think the house was sold on them just for the fact that one of my cats is an attention whore. The other one is just terrified of everything. But my little tuxedo cat, my black and white one, he's always fancy, wearing white socks and a tuxedo. He, like, literally, just these complete strangers came round, and he came up to them. He's kind of, you know, rubbing up against them, meowing, meow. Yeah, he's just a complete and utter affection hoe.
Dear me.
But no, I love it because he actually prefers me over the other cat.
Over the other cat?
The other cat.
What about the sedge? Does he get a look in?
The sedge does get a look in. My cat's favourite thing is to actually snuggle up in bed between the sedge and I.
Oh.
It's almost like having a real baby.
It's got to make intimacy a little awkward.
We throw him out.
Okay.
We won't do that with the baby.
Throw the baby out. Or you
Out.
won't have intimacy.
Out. It's sexy times.
That begs the question. Do you get intimate with the sedge with cats in the room?
No, because that's just weird.
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Could you ever do it in front of your dogs while they were watching?
No,
exactly.
It's so off-putting.
Never, never, never. They go out the room when it's sexy times.
It's the weirdest thing. And I'm like, yeah.
Like, you know, when you I think that you have to have a pet to appreciate how weird it is.
It's incredibly...
It's the weirdest thing.
It kills all the intimacy.
It kills the mood because the dogs or the cats and animals in question, they either tend to look or they think that it's playtime and they try and join in.
Oh, no. It's just, it's horrible. Horrible.
Oh my God.
I think I'm in trouble.
Wait. Hold everything.
Yep. Hold everything for the cough.
That was it.
I think I might be getting kicked off Facebook soon.
Why? What have you done?
Well, I haven't done anything, but it seems like Facebook are getting a little bit tricky with... they're being a little bit more selective with what you can and can't do. Now, one of the rules for not getting kicked off Facebook in an article I read recently was... be popular, but not that popular.
You need to cull some of your 4,000 friends.
Now, the average friendship is 120 on Facebook. The limit is rumoured to be 5,000. I'm getting up towards 5,000. And it seems that...
You accept everyone.
Once your numbers get quite high, Facebook looks into it. You actually are investigated by Facebook as to why
Who is this Sam Hamilton and why does he have... Well, surely they'd look into it and discover that you're famous in Korea for being a comedian.
Yeah, but it's obviously something problematic because Facebook's now going to start investigating me a little bit. I'm going to be on the radar.
On Mark Zuckerberg's radar. Who knows, you might get some work out of it.
Might be on his shit list as well. You know, there's
nothing you post that's offensive.
Well, I think I may have said something bad about Facebook once or twice.
Everyone has.
Wouldn't that be the worst thing though? A social networking site that's free to the world and you get kicked off it. That's like getting your life
kicked off Facebook. You can always go back to MySpace.
It's like getting your license for life revoked. Sorry, you may no longer live.
So why are they kicking? Are they actually kicking people off?
I think they're just looking at obviously, a lot of people are using it as an advertising tool. And I guess that's not what they want. They want people to...
They want to benefit from the advertising and reap all the
Well,
money.
exactly, yeah. But they also want people to use their real names. They don't want people to use institutions, organisations as the name on their profile.
Or fake names. Like, for example, I'm Facebook friends with someone called Ryan Gosling. It's not the real Ryan Gosling, but he posts a lot of pictures of Ryan Gosling and quotes and pictures of Channing Tatum. So I'm not adverse for all that showing up in my timeline.
Copyright issues, they're trying to get rid of that. I guess it's just they're trying to bring it back a bit. Like you said, advertising for them is where they're trying to make their money. And they're in the shit at the moment, let's be honest. They've gone public and their shares have gone rock bottom. They're not making money. It hasn't been profitable. Everyone's like, I want shares for Facebook. I'm going to be a millionaire. And it seems more often than not, people have just lost money on it.
But I think that Facebook has always been huge and popular and it's massive. But at the same time, it's not a business. It's not Google. It doesn't do anything. It's just, it was set up as this network, this social network. And I think that if they try to control too much or be too restrictive, that there will be alternatives that pop up and people will just migrate and its popularity will drop. I mean, look what happened to MySpace. Who would have thought at the height of MySpace's popularity that it would someday become obsolete? But it has. I
guess we haven't seen anything that's stepped up yet. Cyworld's gone down a bit. A lot of people from Korea have moved from Cyworld to Facebook. Weibo. That's
the Chinese
China
Twitter.
Is obviously huge, but they don't really have any options. You can't get Facebook.
I prefer Twitter to Facebook.
140 characters. It doesn't allow me to get my feelings across. I have to be a little bit more succinct, concise.
Or just tweet more.
That's not something I'm good at.
Oh,
I like to ramble.
You can always tweet longer. Just use tweet longer.
Yeah, it's all too much trouble. I just want to do it on Facebook. Boom, boom, boom. Smash it out. Easy done. Random thing on eBay. A piece of cardboard shaped like the iPhone 5 currently has a bid of over $240,000 on it. Does nothing. It's just a piece of cardboard.
Shaped like an iPhone 5.
Yeah.
Was this put up as a joke?
Well, it was put up by it's put up by 4chan.
Yes.
But people have actually been bidding on it.
I think it's one of those things where it probably started off as a bit of a joke. I'd like to see the person try to collect, when the bid is over or the auction is over, I'd like to see them actually try and collect on the money and send that piece of cardboard out.
Well, the other thing is, iPhone 5, haven't heard what's happening with it here, did drive by a store before, and
that you can buy...
they said you can order it at the moment. You can buy...
Somebody I know as well ordered the iPhone 5. They just wrote their name down on a long list of people. There was nothing official. I've heard rumours of sometime early in 2013. I've also heard rumours as late as April or May in 2013. But you can buy all the accessories.
Oh, yeah, because you need the accessories before you need the phone.
You can buy the phone covers and you can buy, they've changed the charger. It's going to be in a different place and it's smaller and you can buy the adapters and the chargers and all sorts of things. So, it is going to come out, but don't know when.
Yeah, I know people have been buying...
Until then, just cut out a piece of cardboard that's a little bit longer than your iPhone 4.
Yeah, and sell it on eBay. People have been buying phones from Hong Kong and bringing them over, but it's... Apple, who cares? Let's be honest. Bit over it these days. We're in Korea. Samsung is where it's at.
I do like Apple, but I do
We're
feel
not
at the
sponsored
moment
by
they're not really doing anything exciting. The only reason I'd get an iPhone 5 is I've got all these apps, and some of them I've paid for, and I don't want to have to download them again or buy them again. I'm just lazy.
Wouldn't that be why you use your iPad?
My iPad? I don't have an iPad. The Sedge has one.
Yeah, isn't he buying a mini?
Well, he's talked about it. He wants one.
He has the mini. You have the iPad. Put it on your laptop. Can't you do things like that? Isn't that what apps are about? Or does Apple not let you share them?
Some of them are just iPhone apps and some of them are iPad apps and some of them... But, I don't know. It's just all a bit of a pain and all my photos are on iStream and...
Oh, heaven forbid. Look what Apple's done. They've trapped you.
They have. They've trapped me. They've trapped me well and good.
That's the whole trick. That's what they're intending to do to you.
That's what they've done to me. It's succeeded. Well done. Well played, Apple. Well played. I doff my hat.
I think this week there's someone we have to tip our hat to, though.
Tip of the hat?
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson.
Mr. Bean.
Not a fan. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of him.
Did you ever watch Blackadder?
No.
That's why you're not a fan of Rowan Atkinson. Did you see Mr. Bean?
Yep.
That's why you're not a fan, because Mr. Bean is puerile, lowest common denominator comedy. I know he's loved by millions worldwide, but it's not his best work. I implore you, please go and watch Blackadder. Hilarious. Not season 1, that wasn't good. Check out season 2.
And then he did that stupid movie. I can't remember what it was called.
Johnny English.
Johnny English, yeah.
It was like a parody of James Bond. No, not his finest moment, I have to admit.
But he's come out and he's done something that I'm well and truly for. I want to support him on this. There's an insult law that's coming in or has been in the UK.
It's trying to be implemented in the UK, and I mean, nobody likes insults. But at the same time, I think freedom of speech. Sorry, I've got something in my throat here.
It's called a voice box.
Thank you. And a frog. Freedom of speech. No, freedom of speech. It's so important. And I think so many people take it for granted because we have had such a great level of freedom of speech. And the internet means that, you can kind of get away with saying whatever you want almost. But, whether or not I agree with you, whatever it might be that you're saying, whether I like it or not, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. And your right to think it and the freedom to express yourself.
Well, here's the thing. When I go home to Australia, it's actually it's not as much fun as it used to be. And I was talking to someone about this the other day. We've become so politically correct in Australia, you can't say anything without worrying about offending someone. So that just means people eliminate it from everyday conversation. Now, insulting someone, being demeaning and intentionally trying to hurt someone's feelings.
Of someone, the way they look or the way they act or something they've done or their religion. No, it's not very nice. But, in life, it's going to happen.
Well, that's the thing. Now, trying to do it with the intent of trying to make someone feel bad or hurt them is wrong. But if you're doing it for a laugh, and I don't mean laughing at their expense, but in humour, that's where humour comes from.
I just think that it's difficult to know as well what is and isn't going to insult someone or upset them. And I just think that if you start, making these laws, what is an insult? How do you define it? Then how do you punish someone? Who's going to decide whether or not what you've written is insulting? You miss tone. And I just think that it's a bad idea to bring this law in. And I say, go Rowan Atkinson, go Mr. Bean. You support that campaign to stop people from being too nice.
Let's be honest. If we couldn't insult people, we'd have no podcast.
Exactly. What? Sam, fuck you. Why? Just because.
Is that an insult?
That hat looks like a giant blue condom.
Okay, I was thinking more like a Smurf.
Fine, a Smurf penis.
We could. The other thing is we could bring out some of your nicknames.
Anal beads.
I'm glad that came out of your lips because if your mum's listening to this, the last thing I wanted her to hear coming out of my mouth was that nickname.
Yeah. That is.
You might want to tell your mum not to download this one.
Yeah, we'll try and keep it on the DL. Maybe I'll somehow go into the Facebook settings and just for this week block my mum. But then if she downloads it at a later date, at least I'm not insulting her ability to use the internet this week.
Oh.
She did ask me not to do that.
Yes. My mum actually asked me about, she's like, I don't remember you pissing on your clothes.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to, I just let it slide. I wasn't even going to comment on that one. I don't think I haven't replied to any emails this week, just based on that alone. What do you say to that? Do you want me to reenact it for you, Mum? I mean...
You were asleep. Be glad you didn't wake up, is what I would say.
Yeah, be glad I didn't make you clean up in the morning. Let's put it that way. That would have been problematic. What?
You would have asked your mum to clean up your pee-pee clothes. That's gross.
Somebody's got to do it.
You!
Speaking of that, here's one last story before we finish the podcast.
Last one.
It's alcohol related. It's also urine related. When I was in high school, staying at a friend's place, staying in his brother's room while his brother was away, been out drinking, and I've started to take my clothes off to get into bed. And lo and behold, I don't know why, I just started to get my jeans off, and I just started pissing myself.
Oh, please. Why do you not have any control over your bladder? Do you know the number of times I've wet myself? Do you know how many there are? No. Once.
Really?
Yes, I have only ever wet myself once. I have a bladder
Once? Hang on, how have you only wet yourself once? When you were a baby, you never wet your pants?
From when I had full bladder control. Okay, so from the age of about 3 or 4, I have only ever wet myself once
I'd
in
had
my
too
life.
much to drink. I'd had too much to
I've
drink.
had too much drink. You know what I do? I go to the toilet in plenty of time. I hold it in. Bladder of iron.
I didn't
you
even-
cross your legs. You squeeze the end of your penis. I don't know how men stop themselves from peeing, but that's what you do.
I didn't even know it was. It just
You
came.
put a rubber band around
It just
the end.
Boom! It was like the dam wasn't even ready
It's a
for
good
it.
thing you're not a woman.
Boom. I pissed all over the floor. It was carpet. I tell you what, I got up early in the morning and went home pretty quick smart, that's for sure.
I am never sharing a room with you ever, because who knows what might happen. I bet you have rubber sheets on your bed, don't
No,
you?
I'm over it now. But when
Finally, at the age of 34.
when I was young, 35, but who's counting? When I was young, though, my mum told me a story once. I was in McDonald's in Hawaii and actually shat my pants, diarrhea, and it went down my leg into my socks.
How old were you?
I was about 5.
Okay. Well, you did have diarrhea.
That's acceptable.
That's acceptable. See, and also 5, that's also, you were actually a very cute child, because I have seen footage from that TV movie you did. So that's quite cute. But as a fully grown adult, next time I just want you to, I don't know, just do what you've got to do and just hold it in.
I'm going to try.
For the love of everything good and true in the world.
I'm going to try some of those adult diapers.
You should.
Give them a go.
You should.
You know what? I might do a test run, and I'll report back on the podcast one day. I'm just going to...
A dry run?
I wonder-
Oh, it won't be dry.
I won't be dry at all. It'll be horrible. It'll be horrendous.
It'll be horrendous.
Actually, no, I
yes.
don't know that I want to try that, actually.
Oh,
Now that I think about it,
oh dear,
yeah.
oh dear. And yes, we've ended the podcast flushed with success this week, and we'll be back again hopefully next week. We're going to try and get everything organised and
Yeah.
get on it, get on top of it.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Get on top of it. We're going to get to work.
We're going to get on top of it.
It's
the
never
way
ending, actually. A podcast
A
is-
young girl wants to get on top of that Justin Bieber sex doll.
I can't say anything after that.
Bye bye.
Yeah. See you next week.
Legendary